I'm Trish Magyari, and welcome to Mindful Moments. And for everyone who's joined us today, whether in person or on the phone or in one of the remote conferences, this is just a reminder to mute or to put on vibrate your electronic devices. And we'll begin today with a practice of connecting with ourselves just as we are, and practicing the mindful skill of naming our experience, which the brain scientists tell us is actually quite calming to our nervous system, especially when we do this in a way that's kind and friendly to our experience. And we can mostly do this by just letting ourselves be, just as we are. So we'll begin by just letting yourselves take a moment to notice where you are on this Thursday afternoon, April 28th, 2016. Let's begin by taking a few deep belly breaths, perhaps making an audible sigh on the exhale. Deep breath in and out. And again. Allowing yourself to really sink into the support of the chair and the floor. You're welcome to have your eyes opened or closed during this practice, whatever is most relaxing for you. If your eyes are open, just perhaps resting them on your lap or on the floor in front of you. We'll take a moment now to just simply hear sounds that are happening. Letting the ears do the work. No need to search for sounds or make anything happen, just simply receiving. We'll bring attention to each of the senses now, a moment to notice any smell, lingering taste, bringing attention to your hands, and noticing the sense of touch or contact in your hands, temperatures and textures. And also bringing attention to seeing, even if your eyes are closed. Perhaps noticing the play of light. And if your eyes are open, just gently receiving the visual. Bringing attention now into your body and sensing the breath wherever you sense it most easily in a particular location, perhaps sensing the entire flow of breath. Noticing in an easy way right now the state of your breath. We'll begin to use that naming the breath, perhaps naming it deep or shallow. A deep breath might have a lot of movement in the body, especially the belly, and a shallow breath not so much. Nothing to change or fix or make right or wrong about the breath. Just noticing how it is. Noticing if it's fast, medium, or slow. And when I list these descriptors, noticing which one most closely fits your experience, and I'll encourage you to actually say it to yourself. Noticing in this moment if your breath is smooth or rough. If there are any places in the breath cycle that your breath catches or jumps, noticing where that is. Just noticing the next 3 breath cycles, perhaps saying to yourself the number on the in-breath, and then just letting yourself be on the out-breath. Once more, shifting your awareness now into your hands, and this time sensing the hands, the contact, but also the interior of your hands. Perhaps noting their temperature, warm or cool. Perhaps noticing and noting any texture in the hands, like tingling or pulsing. Noticing your experience, naming it in these concrete ways, and then just experiencing it, pulsing, tingling, warmth, coolness. Moving your attention now and shifting it to sense the contact with the chair. Noticing the particular location of that contact in your back, your hips, your legs. Perhaps using your breath to help in it just in an easy way to focus on that sense of contact. Noticing in this moment any subtle ways that you might be holding yourself up off the chair, and if so, just inviting a gentle softening into the support. Shifting your awareness now into your feet, Noticing if one or both feet are making contact with the floor. Once more, noticing temperatures and textures of that contact. Warm or cool. Perhaps one or both of your feet are above the floor and also sensing the temperature there of the air. And then moving attention inside the feet themselves. Noticing any sensations here. Perhaps just a general sense of presence. You might name that to yourself. And if any time I mention a particular part of the body that you're not able to sense, just noting no presence or can't sense in this moment. Bringing attention now, shifting it up into sensing the core of your body once more. Well, once more, take one of those deep belly breaths and releasing. Long exhale as we allow our awareness to spread through the body. And in an easy way, just noting the general state of our body in this moment. Noticing if it feels warm or cool. Noticing if the body in general feels fatigued or energized. Noticing if in general it feels tense or relaxed. And in a friendly tone, perhaps reflecting that back to yourself. For example, my body feels warm, tired, and tense, or whatever that is for you right now. In this moment, I'll invite you to shift your attention to a part of the body that does feel tight or tense or in discomfort, moving there in a kind and friendly way. With a kind-hearted intent, as if you were moving close to a friend who was having a hard day. Not to change or fix, but to simply be with, perhaps directing the breath into this part of the body. Noting the texture of the discomfort, perhaps tightness or tension or pain. And just reflecting that back to yourself. For instance, my shoulders are tight. And breathing with that experience, whatever it is, and perhaps noticing the space around it. Into which it might soften in its own time. Bringing attention now to a place in the body that feels in relative ease or comfort, perhaps even pleasant sensations in the body. Noticing a location like this, or perhaps the state of the body as a whole, and using your breath to help focus here and breathe it in. Perhaps naming to yourself the sensations that you're finding particularly pleasant, such as warm hands, letting that awareness blossom. And shifting attention now to the heart center, in and around the heart, as we begin to inquire about moods and emotions flowing through us now. First noticing any physical sensations in and around the heart, tightness, tenderness, warmth. And as you move close to this part of your experience that is often the most vulnerable for us, feel free to put one or both hands over your heart, just as a sign of your friendly intent to yourself, a sign that you're with yourself, with your experience just as it is in this moment. We begin to ask ourselves how we're feeling right now in terms of moods and emotions. Listening with the ears of a friend who would accept any answer without critical judgment. We'll inquire of the four pure emotions one at a time, beginning with sadness. Perhaps asking yourself, am I sad? Is sadness flowing through me now? Letting the question go beyond the mind and into your body and your heart. If sadness is present in any degree, perhaps noticing its intensity on a scale of 1 to 10. And then moving in close to notice how and where you experience it in the body, breathing with those sensations. And as you do, if sadness is present, you might say to yourself, sadness, sadness is present. Letting that be, and now inquiring about anger, any degree or variety of anger, from mild irritation, frustration, all the way up to rage. And if anger is present in any degree or variety, perhaps once more using that number of 1 to 10 and naming the particular variety to yourself. Breathing with the sensations of anger if it's present, and also noticing the absence of anger if you're not experiencing any. Letting that be, and now inquiring of fear, often experienced as anxiety, naming and breathing with those sensations if it's present in any degree. And now inquiring of happiness, contentment, emotional ease. Asking yourself, am I happy or content in this moment? And if so, noticing the intensity on a scale of 1 to 10. And then moving in close to sense how and where you sense this in the body. And if any of those sensations of happiness or contentment are pleasant for you, really letting yourself savor it and take it in. Perhaps saying to yourself, happiness is flowing through me now, or I'm feeling contentment, or I have ease, whatever is true for you. And letting that be and bringing attention now to your mind. Just noticing the general state of your mind, knowing it's all workable. If the mind is active or quiet, crowded or spacious, clear or foggy, and then noticing and naming any mind habits that are active right now, those perhaps that have taken you away from our practice at any point. Mind habits such as planning, making your to-do list, worry about the past or the future, critical judging, especially towards ourselves, shoulds or shouldn'ts, any thoughts that leave us feeling bad or wrong or not quite good enough. We can name this self-judging. Other mind habits include analyzing, spinning stories about experiences happening now, or fantasizing about some other time and place, or spacing out, leaving the moment altogether. Just noticing and naming what's been most common for you, what's most active. Bringing attention now to the area around your mind, the brow, the temples, noticing any tension or tightness here or any sense of pressure in the mind. Again, naming it if it's present, naming its absence if it's not. there's any sense of pressure or tension here, imagining there's a tight band around the head, a band around the head at the level of the temples that's now being loosened away from the body, moving out and away, creating more space between the band and your head, as if you've thrown a pebble into a pond and the ripples are moving out and away, eventually dissipating altogether. Or perhaps there's a cap on the top of your head that's now being lifted up and away, creating more space between the cap and your head. Perhaps removing it altogether. Dropping awareness now down into the core of your body. Once more sensing the breath in your belly and your body in the chair. And in this moment, just noticing what's most pleasant for you in any of the aspects of the present moment that we've been exploring. And just allow your attention to rest there. Perhaps savoring the pleasantness of it. Bringing all of your attention now back to your body. Perhaps taking a moment to just shift a bit. Perhaps wiggling your fingers or toes. Perhaps lifting one shoulder and then the other. Or rolling your shoulders. Just in an easy way, bringing attention back to being here, sitting in this particular chair. For one last moment, just experiencing this particular moment of your life. And when you're ready, in an easy way, opening your eyes. It's been a pleasure practicing with you today. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.